What's good, y'all? So, I wanted to share with you 8 of my main mantras slash affirmations. These are things I've been repeating to myself for the past few months or years, and not like in a conscious effort, like I just repeat it over and over. It's just I just like have like almost like a little daily reminder. Just I just start thinking about one of these mantras in my head at a random point in time. So they got me to this point, and hopefully they can do some good for y'all. So I'll share them with you and use them if you want to, right? So the first one is from Carl Jung, and he said, I shall not commit the fashionable stupidity of regarding everything that I cannot explain as a fraud. Right? And pretty much all he's saying is just because I can't explain it, just because that's like whatever happens outside of my understanding, I'm not going to call it fake. That's what a lot of people do, especially scientific people, a lot of religious people, even some spiritual people looking at the other way. So, oh, that's fake. That's not how it works. That's not how it does this. That's not how this happens. And it's like, why? Just because you don't understand how this works or how that could be a possible thing. Like people can call manifestation fake. But it's just like, hey, we know the answer to this. You don't. Step into our world so we can educate you. That's why I say it's very important to stay open-minded. Don't put yourself into a spiritual bubble, a religious bubble, a scientific bubble, personal ego bubble. Don't stay in a certain bubble. Remain open-minded so when something comes your way, you can just find the truth in everything. Even if it doesn't work for you, find the little bit of truth that exists in all things, right? And that's just how I look at it. The second one is I am the man, and for ladies out there, I am the man or I am the woman that I want to be. A lot of you, and you can also replace this with anything. I am the lawyer I want to be. I am the athlete I want to be. I am the blah, blah, blah. But I really do think it gets all the way down to the root where it says, I am the man or the woman that I want to be. I am the person. I am the person that I want to be. And some of you might be like a lawyer, for example. And it's like you say, I am the man that I want to be. And you start to see yourself kind of drifting away from being a lawyer because the true you want to be is someone that's just sitting out there with their feet out, laying down in the grass like a hippie. That's the person you truly want to be. And with you using this affirmation, you are like tapping into your true self. You're tapping into the vibration of your true self, the way that you want to be. But vice versa. Someone could be extremely lazy right now and start to use this affirmation, and they could say, hey, I am the man, I am the woman that I want to be. And then you start to find little random urges of motivation. You start randomly want to start to learn things or something like that. And this all gets you to that goal. And this manifestation thing, when you are trying to manifest things, you will see something in your mind, you'll get the idea, you'll get whatever. And once you accept it to be true, and I'll get to that one later, it's like you'll be put on the bridge of incident, which a whole bunch of little series of life events will get you to that point. So eventually, with you keep saying, I am the man, I am the woman I want to be, life will get you to that point one way or another. The more you believe it, the more it happens. Really simple. This is another one that I say a lot, and you can tell I say a lot of these often, but it's like, I know nothing, therefore I'm always learning. We don't know anything. We don't know anything. These are just things this is information that we've taken in and we believe it, but we don't know anything. We just know what kind of works. An easy example is like if you're sitting at a red light and say, what comes after the red light? The green light. But you sit at the red light and then the light just turns off. You just knew that light was going to turn green, but it's like, wait, what happened? And it's just when you think you know everything, something out of life comes out of left field and say, hey, look at this thing though. You bet. Oh man, like I explained with y'all with the concept of me being vegan and stuff, where it's like eating foods with life force energy, and if you eat dead foods, you're incorporating death into your body. But when you find new information, like I just knew that life force thing was the right one, but then you look at the other way, and then it says like, well, if you bring death into your body, you being a living being, you give it life. So I was like, yo, okay. And that's why I say, man, I don't know anything, because you always got something new to learn. We are always the students of life. No matter how much the world calls us masters and experts, we always have something to learn, right? This is one I believe I got from Walter Lanyon. And it's the answer existed before the question. The answer existed before the question. Because think about it. Like when people said, like, how do we fly? I want to fly. The answer had to exist before the question, because if it didn't exist, it couldn't be created. And since this world is infinite, everything already exists. So if everything already exists and you ask yourself a question, well, everything already exists. So you say, how do I do this? boom, and it will reveal itself to you one way or another if you keep to it, you know. So that's one of the things that it really keeps me out of binds, because I know there's always an answer somewhere. If you're at work or you have something to do real quick, how do I do this as fast as possible? How do I fix this? How can I do this? Like, the answer will come to you, you know. And I'm not saying like, how do I teleport in 2 seconds? It's like, I don't think we're there yet, but if you do find that out, let me know. But you know, but if you want to like try to figure out like, how do I get this, how do I get 10 new clients, how do I increase my sales goals, how do I make better investments, the answer already existed beforehand, and then these things will start to reveal themselves to you, just like in that bridge of incident that I already talked about. The next one is something I got from Neville Goddard, and is ignore the physical reality. Especially when you're trying to manifest something big, something life-changing, and every day you're visualizing it, you're seeing it every single day. And then you wake up and you're just like, crap, I'm still here. Ignore the physical reality. You know, you have to be in this place in your mind. Like, if you want to move somewhere, if you want to go from, I don't know, Mississippi to, for some reason, Alaska, right? You're going to see, like, you know, the tundra. You're going to see the open lands. You're going to see all this type of stuff. While you're walking in Mississippi, you're going to see everything about Alaska. Go look at pictures online. Go watch videos of people driving around Alaska. And then whenever you're driving on the highway, don't get too big into the daydream that you crash and hurt somebody. But, you know, like, you just imagine yourself, this is what the highway in Alaska, well, who's moving to Alaska? Let's just say New York. You know, so you see New York, you see the buildings, you even hear the cars honking, you hear the people talking on the sidewalks, you hear all this type of stuff when you are walking in your physical reality. You just be like, sure, I'm in Mississippi, but in my mind, I'm in New York right now, and life will take you there. Okay. The next one is a Walter Lanyon one. Isn't it wonderful? You know, and what pretty much that is yo, this is dope. When you just sit back and reflect on life, and you just say, yo, isn't this wonderful? Once you understand what, you know, how manifestation works and your connection with the universe, with God, with whatever you choose to call it, you know, you just sit back, yo, this is awesome. That's the equivalent of what it is. Isn't it wonderful, though? I just think that's more of a higher vibrational wording. Like, you know, or probably this is wonderful. Like, just that word, wonderful, full of wonder. That's why I keep that one in my mind, because it's a very powerful statement, you know. The next one is, it is done. It is done. Very simple. One of the key concepts in manifestation that I learned was, once you as the individual consider something possible, and then you see it as a finished act, or you see it as the thought or the manifestation is already done in your mind, then it will reveal itself in your world. Everything already exists, but everything has to reveal itself in your world. And then that's how your manifestation comes to the place. If you see this possible and you see it as a finished thing. And the affirmation, it is done, you know, pretty much encapsulates all of that. Because when you say it's done already, that means not only is it possible, but it's already done. So it is done. Very simple. So if you want to, like, you know, do your manifestation techniques, your visualization techniques, what have you, and you just say, cool, that was cool, it is done. And every night you do that, it's done. I'm just living it here right now. This is just what I'm doing right now. That's just the easiest way to make it feel as natural to you as possible. Okay, and then the last one is, you know, and I think John Doe, you might disagree with me, but hey, you know, it is what it is. You know, but God and I are one. The Father and I are one, but God is greater than I. You know, it's like, well, it's just like, and I've talked about this before, you know, like, if there's a pie chart of Prince and God, it's like, I feel like there's like, I think I'm being generous, but it's like there's 10% me, 90% God. And some people are just stuck in that 10%, you know, not accessing that other 90% of their entity. I feel like we're just all sharing a space with the big man upstairs, you know, and we have the ability to access that power. So God and I are one, but God is greater than I. Okay. So that's the list of my main affirmations. If I had to add one more that isn't all spiritual and all that type of stuff, it's I told you so. I've literally been saying that my entire life to friends, family. It's like, I told you so. I told you. I told you. Like, I've always been somewhat wise, whereas like I know things are coming. I know what things are about to happen and whatever. Especially when people come to me for advice, and sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't. Especially when they don't, it's like, hey, don't get me wrong. I'm waiting to be wrong. But then it's like, it happened. I'm like, I told you so. I told you so. And that's something that I've repeated so much that it keeps repeating itself in my life. So that's kind of like an inadvertent one that became like one of my guiding mantras. I live for that. I told you so. My friends know this about me. Hey, I told you so, man. I told you. But yeah, I know. Or like female friends, oh, he wasn't crap. I told you. But it is what it is, man. So I hope y'all like these. I hope y'all use them and incorporate them in your own life. Hopefully these all are something that you can use to tweak and add and make sure it fits for you. Don't just take it and roll with it. Make sure you have a true connection with these words. Words are things. Words have power. Words have a vibration. That vibration transmits to the universe, and that energy that you send out will be reflected back to you. So make sure the things that you're saying in your mind and things that you're saying out loud to yourself and to others is positive and uplifting, and that's what you're going to start to see a lot more of in your life. And hopefully these affirmations and these mantras help you out. To the next one.